is my first ever knitting podcast. I've really been wanting to start a knitting podcast for like quite a few months now. I am a mum of two. I am based in Northern Rivers, New South Wales, and I'm a birth doula student and like a part-time photographer here and there, but what I really enjoy is knitting, among other crafts and hobbies, but knitting is truly one of my passions. And so I just thought it was only fitting that I also start my own podcast. I've been knitting since late 2020. I knit 2 pairs of socks for my partner, and then I picked up crochet for a year, and then I went back to knitting at the end of 2021, and I've just been going since. That was mainly like baby garments, but in the last 6 to 8 months I've definitely gotten more into adult garments. So I hope that you'll sit and listen, maybe knit something, maybe have a tea, and yeah, let's get started. As far as finished objects go, I haven't made anything super recently, but what I'm wearing right now is my most recent finished object. It's the Field Day cardigan by Ozetta, and it's made in Bendigo Woolen Mill, 100% wool, the Prism collection in the colour Cosmos, and it's just beautiful. Like, I really enjoyed working on this piece, especially seeing the gradient work up. I just love it. It's like my favorite. It's also my my second garment for myself. I have a sweater, which I'm going to try and put things on the screen next to me. We'll see what I can do. But I did sort of by knit dye as a test knitter. It was really great. Loved it. I think I want to make that again, but I've just got so many other things in my queue that I'd like to do first. My children and partner are inside, and so I'm trying to be like not too loud. If you can hear screaming, just disregard it. The nicest one I've made so far, it's a drop shoulder construction, worked. You do like the panel on the back, and then you pick up for the shoulders, work down. I think this is called a double knit button band. I could be wrong. I feel like I've seen other, I feel like I've seen double knit button bands that they look different, but maybe I'm like wrong. Next time I would like to make this again. Probably most things that I've made I would like to make again. Also, don't mind me, I am a little bit sick. My kids were sick and now I've just got it after them. But I would probably like to make it longer, bigger. See, it's just not, I'd probably make it like a bigger cuff and a longer body. Anyways, this is definitely one that I get complimented on a lot, and yeah, it was great. I actually really enjoyed it. I kind of hate the thought of having to flat knit. The thought of flat knitting kind of scares me, but when I was working on this I did really enjoy it, and I do think it had a lot to do with the colour. But yeah, anyways, love it. We will move on to WIPS. Now, I'm kind of a fast talker and I'm very worried that these videos are going to be really short. I would like them to be like up to half an hour in the end, but we'll see. This is a sweater that I did for my daughter like 2 years ago. I'm going to put it in the corner again because I can't remember the name. Anyways, this is one that I knit 2 years ago. It had originally had a rolled sort of collar, but it was really tight, and I did like a regular sort of bind off, and since I've learned how to do sewn bind offs, which, you know, are a lot stretchier, so I would like to probably redo the neck. I might even chuck this on my second born because this would not fit my firstborn anymore, but I might even chuck this on my second born and sort of see how that looks. I might just even do 1 or 2 rows just to lift the neckline a little, but it's a really beautiful little jumper. I used like a cake and a half to make this. Such a beautiful piece that I just want to renew. I just want to fix it up a little bit. I'm nearly finished this one and It's for my sister-in-law. It's the zipper sweater by Petiteknit, done in the size extra small, and it's being done on 4mm. I found gauge like with the recommended size, which is 4mm. I did a partial block on this sleeve because I was just a bit worried about the fit. I thought it was too tight and too short, even though I had put more length on it. And then I did the partial block. She tried it on and it was beautiful. The only thing, I've read up online about superwash wools, and I was a little bit worried about how it would block, or if it'll shrink back down, or then I've heard that it's like stretched, or I've heard that it stretches, and then I've also heard that, you know, superwash wool, it's not going to even block very well. I've heard a lot of things. If you've got opinions on superwash wool, very appreciated if you leave it below. But it blocked out really well, and it was very reassuring. I was really worried I was going to have to rip it back. I had already ripped it back once, or twice even, sort of. I didn't want to have to rip it back again and then change this one. So, you know, I think I'm using it'll be 11 balls in total. She recommends for that size around 13, around 13 balls for the yarn that I'm using. And I think 11 balls will do fine. I might be underestimating it, but I think it'll be fine. Like I've done already like this much of the sleeve, which is not quite half, maybe a little under half, and I've still got like this much attached, and then like a whole ball, like I think, because you have to do like an inlay, I believe, for the zipper, so I think that'll be fine. So far it's been a really easy knit, like it's very nice. I think you kind of have to give Petiteknit the credit where it's due, like her patterns are great. This is probably, I think this is the only pattern of hers that I've actually properly done. I've bought others. I've recently bought, oh my god, I recently bought the Dagmar jacket or sweater. Oh my god, I'm so excited to do that. I've just recently become a bit obsessed with like cabling and, you know, all the chart work sweaters. I've never done one. I've done some cables, but not like a full blown sweater. I bought a bunch of Katova Kika patterns. It's meant to be with the Katova Kika cowl. I am a bit skeptical that I'm going to be able to start and finish within that cowl, but I would like to start, hopefully. That was the zipper sweater. I would really like to know thoughts on that one. I know it's a pretty popular one, like a lot of people have done that. Well, from my understanding, a lot of people have done that. Look at my little project bag, isn't it cute? And this was done by a local woman in my town, and I just love the little caravan on the front of it. It's so cute. This project is actually in hibernation because this is probably my most expensive project. I am doing the port sweater by Ozetta as well because I really enjoyed this one. This wasn't a size large, by the way. This is also a size large. The port sweater by Ozetta, it's also a drop shoulder with a mock neck. I do believe this has this little fun detail on the sort of shoulders where it's like a ribbed it's a rib. I was gonna say double knit, but that's a rib. I'm doing it on 6.5mm needles. I'm quite a tight knitter, so I had to size up. I think she recommended 5 or maybe even 5.5, and I remember I actually started this with 5.5mm and it was too small. It wasn't meeting the gauge. It's been great, but as I said, this is probably my most expensive project yet to date. This is going to, in the end, cost me about $480. I'm holding it with I'm using a locally spun 8-ply alpaca, and it has like a little bit of wool in it, like literally I think like 3% or something stupid, but it's locally spun 8-ply, has 200 meters, and then held with this virgin organically dyed wool by Katia, the Nature collection, and I do think that this is discontinued. It was $30 a skein. This is a 4-ply, and I've held it together, and I quite like the color it's making. It's a little different, but I do quite like it. Like, I think on me, yeah, I like it. I ran out of the alpaca, and the alpaca is the more expensive skein, and I'm just not ready to buy more. I probably buy them like 2 skeins at a time, which costs me a bit, but it's gonna be so worth it. Like, it's so squishy already and really soft, and you know, but this one will take me a while, this whip, so expect it to be probably in future videos, but hopefully in the next couple weeks I can buy another skein. I've just found this one really easy. It's, you know, it's nothing special, but it is gonna just look good. It's a good staple piece. It'll be nice. The last whip that I have here, and I'm looking at the time, and I do think that this is going to be a shorter video. I just need to get used to this whole format and learning how to sort of talk about my projects and stuff. I just feel like I feel like I have a lot to say, but then not much comes out. Anyways, this is the Bowden V-neck by Caidree, and it's so beautiful. I've really enjoyed working on it. I won't lie, when it came to these 2 front pieces, it was so confusing, the decreasing or the increasing. I actually had to redo. What did I do? I finished this, and I was like, oh, it seems kind of shorter than I would expect, whatever. And I did this one, and I finished it, and I'm like, oh wait, I've realized what I've done wrong here, and I had to come back and I had to redo this. And anyways, it was a whole thing. I've got a lot of loose ends that before I continue on this, I am gonna weave, or try to weave all those in, because there's nothing I hate more than loose ends. There's just so many here as well. So it's been really lovely. It's been a nice sort of mind worker, but it's like the kind where like you definitely have to kind of look at what you're doing, but you could like watch a show while you do it, because you kind of get the hang of the pattern. It's just the same thing over and over again. And I'm on the body now, so I just have to work the body, and then I think it's an I-cord edge, which will be nice. I do believe this is a size large. I keep forgetting what sizes I'm making things in, which is really bad. I probably should write down or highlight in my patterns what size I'm doing so I remember, but for the most part it's large. I think with other patterns I've been looking, and I can get away with like size mediums in some of them, so I think it confuses myself when I think about what I'm actually working on. Is it a medium or a large? But pretty sure all of these are, my ones are large. I know the Petiteknit one is an extra small. That's for my sister-in-law. This has been really lovely. As I said, I'm going to weave in the ends before I keep working on it, because I think that might just drive me a little bit mad. I am a bit worried that it's going to be a little bit like exposing. Like, I'm worried that V-neck's a bit deep, and I almost wonder if I should have just done a medium. I think when I was looking at them, it was just cutting it a bit close. I thought maybe it would be a bit more fitted if I had done the medium. I didn't really want to be fitted. I wanted it to be like a throw over. But, you know, another thing that I think with this is I think I would have to wear like a little white bandeau or something under this. So it's definitely just like a piece that you would sort of add over the top. Yeah, I don't have too much more to say about that one. It's really good. It's lovely. Oh, 5mm. So a lot of these projects have been on bigger needles, which is a little unknown to me. Oh, and the yarn. God. The yarn is on, it's a discontinued Concept by Cartier. It's a silk viscose blend. It's discontinued, which sucks because I quite like it. I have it in another colour as well, which I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with it. I might try and make I would like to make like a t-shirt, but most top like t-shirts I've seen are in like fingering weight, which is annoying because this is more of a like an 8-ply. Like I tried to make the Camisole number 9 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. Like that's what I was originally making with that, but it was too like the ply was too thick for the size of needle I was using. It hurt my hands so much. It's too tight. So I ripped it all back, and then that's what I'm making with it now. And I've only just caught up with all the balls that I had to rip back. On to the next. Acquisitions. I did get some stuff. I actually do have something in the mail coming, but I'll just leave that till the next video, maybe. Or I guess I could mention it. I don't know how often I'll make these videos, like if every 2 weeks or if every month. I'm not too sure how it works. I don't think I'll be churning that many things in and out every 2 weeks, but anyways. I did order some yarn online from a Melbourne shop, courtesy of watching Two Pearls in a Pod here on YouTube as well, who are also Australian knitters based in Melbourne, and they always talk about a shop called Maker, and I was just like, I want to buy from that shop, thank you. And so I went online and I bought I think it was called like Bio. I'll have to look at my thing again. I'll just pop it up on the screen if I can. I'm planning to hold it, but I'm planning to hold it with Knitting for Olives heavy merino that I bought to make a Katova Kika sweater. I was planning to make, I'm a little bit not sure, like I think I'm gonna make the Bubblicious sweater. I love it. I love the neck. I love the roominess of the arms. Like it's the, you know, really great. I bought 11 balls of the heavy merino in oatmeal, and when I was doing it I was just like, there needs to be something with it. Like it just needs to be held with something. I thought I could get away with just that, but it's more of like a DK to 10-ply worsted Aran. So it's just not quite thick enough for hers. And then I also ordered this lace weight ball of, again, I'll put it up here. I really wish I would just, next time I'm gonna have my iPad here and I'll be looking at the screen so I could tell you exactly what, but that's what I got. I believe it's got like a little bit of possum in it. It's wool and one other component, maybe cotton. I can't quite remember, but it's beautiful. I just got one ball of it because I went to the Eka this past year in Brisbane and they had a little spinners and fibre artist stall, and they had a bunch of hand spun skeins for sale, and I bought this chunky alpaca skein, which I think I'm gonna make the support chicken with, because I don't know what to make with it. And then my local yarn store lady, Karen, said, like, had a couple of support chickens around. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use that for my alpaca, so I'm gonna make a support chicken with that. And then the other skein I got was this. It was just an amazing blend. It was like, oh my god, silk, wool, alpaca. Those are the only things that come into mind right now, but it had like 6 or 7 different things in it. But it's so tiny and there's like hardly any of it. And so I thought, okay, I'll just buy something else that kind of complements the colour. Maybe I can just use that for the waist, the ribbed band for the basic bralette, I think it's called. It's by, again, I'll put it here. They are on Ravelry and the pattern's just so beautiful and simple, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna do that. I don't know where and how I would wear it. Like, it's like a bralette. Like, would I wear it out? Do I wear it just under things, or wear it as a piece? I don't really think I have the confidence anymore to just wear like a bralette and pants, so I guess I'll see. But that was kind of my acquisitions and also future plans. I was kind of battling and talking about it all at once. One other thing I would really like to make soon is the Dagmar sweater by Petiteknit. Just came out, and the other new one was the port jacket. 2 new patterns that I bought both. They are both in my pattern library, and I am so keen, so excited to make those, but gotta finish what I've got first. I've got a lot of yarn and stash that I really want to use. I've actually got some Merino Magic 8-ply, and I was thinking about making, I think it's the September sweater by Petiteknit for my son. It's like a brioche sweater, really cute, and it's like it's like in a brown. My dinner is finished cooking and my hot drink is sitting there, so I think I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for watching and taking the time to listen. I hope that this video was sufficient and not confusing at all. Sometimes when I talk and rant, my words tend to blend a little, and it's a bit hard to stay on topic when I get excited talking about things, but I'm hoping next time I'm feeling a little more comfortable. But yeah, I hope if you enjoyed this, and if you're looking forward to hearing more from me, please give me a follow and subscribe, like whatever you're meant to do, or don't. Just wait for me to post another one. I'd love to create a little community on here. It'd be really fun. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.